failed pushes, and we're not discriminating, of different companies. We're gonna start off with my man's because he got a match tonight. Big Wardlow.
Guys, this is Santino Morel, and you're listening to Wrestling Behind the Curtain. You already know what it is.
Yeet. You already know what it is. It's Boy Chance. We're gonna try to do the Panthers again this year. You know what I'm saying? We've been a Panther fan forever. I was trying to lead because my man C Mac left and went to the 49ers, but then I felt like nah, so that's fake right there. We're just gonna go to a team that we know doing good. So we're gonna stay with Carolina this shit. But anyway, you know who it is. Boy Kenzel's in the building. I'd love to give him a shout out and then we'll do the
What's good? It's your boy Kenzo. Great. Another week in wrestling going by. We're gonna keep it on Trucking Revolution tonight. Let's see how that goes.
That being said, let me get my coaster real quick. Drinking C4. Yeah, I mean, we're looking for sponsors. C4 Prime, we looking. So y'all want to do it now before the price tag go up, because like DJ Khaled and Fat Joe say, it will not be the same price when we right there. So let us know. Discord free. It's in the description box. Yeet. Wrestling fans are toxic. We got the merch. It's in the description box. Join the Patreon this year. You get prizes. You get all that good stuff. If y'all don't want a prize and stuff, that's cool. Don't join. It's all on you. But don't say we don't get back when y'all ain't enjoying it. That's on y'all. What else? We did it. If you catch this video today, which I think you will, we did an AEW Revolution predictions. So go check that out real quick. Kenzo got the Why You Should Be Watching series. Definitely check that out. So in case y'all ain't watching New Japan, if you ain't watching, a couple good superstars that y'all should be watching, Kenzo got you.
Yes, sir.
With that being said, you know why we here. Don't let the hat distract you. But you know why we here. Failed pushes, and we're not discriminating, of different companies. We're gonna start off with my man's because he got a match tonight. Big Wardlow. Now, my man came in tough. Pause. Had the look. I'm a hair guy, obviously. Had the hair. Gave off 2022 Batista vibes, like the upgrade. And I was all in. Man was so over that the fans, aka supporters, didn't even want him to go after the TNT belt. They wanted him just to jump the line.
True that.
Go straight to the world belt. But nonetheless, Tony was like, nah, we're going to give him the TNT title. And as we said before, and it'll probably be a recurring theme because we do have some other big guys on here posts that Tony does not know how to push big guys. And once they get the belt, the magic disappears. So Wardlow got the strap, and then it was downhill from there.
I'm looking at something real quick. Wait a second. So yeah, I was looking at Wardlow's recent it's not
It's looking good.
So if you don't count Chris Jericho's thing, where he won twice, which okay, that's not I mean, it's AEW, but it's not really, I mean, you're not watching that. So people don't know about that. So that's not even count that. He lost to Samoa Joe. He was in a tag team match. Well, no, he was in a title change match with Powerhouse and Samoa Joe. That's what I'm talking about. That was Full Gear in November 19, 2022. So it's not just about how bad the push is now, because we did talk about that in that video. Go check that out. What's more important, was also in that video, is the next step. Is we know Powerhouse is who's next, but we've already had a title change with these three, and I just don't know where they're going with him. And the thing is, they've put themselves in a corner where if Wardlow beats Joe and retains, what do you do with Powerhouse? If he beats Joe and loses, what do you do with Wardlow? So it's not just the bad booking that's been up to this point. It's it looks like it's not about to improve. I mean, they might, he might have the belt and take a nice run with it, but I don't know. I'm not filled with confidence based on the video we about to do.
Not at all.
And even if you look at the people, if you look at the people he beat, I don't remember who Exodius Prime is. That's a dark taping, a Rampage taping, my bad. And on the AEW, on the cruise, he beat Daniel Garcia and Ryan Namath. I mean, those are guys he's supposed to be tossing around. So that's not surprising at all. Hobbs and Joe are not people Wardlow should be tossing around. And he's not winning those matches. So he's saying if he can't toss somebody around, he not. And that's the story you tell it, basically.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're not going to get in super in depth. I mean, unless we feel really upset about it. But that's just prime example one because we got a couple on the list. We don't want to bore y'all, keep y'all here for 48 minutes, whatever. But
Yeah.
that's one. Next, since we're going to stay with the big man theme, my man, Miro. Now, you can argue, well, he did get hurt. Cool, I'll give you that. Oh, well, he did want to do a little acting in New York. I'll give you that too. But man came back, had a little funny gimmick. I don't know if it was his or Tony's as the best friend. It was cool for a second, but not really. You know what I'm saying? They were getting the old WWE dropped him and he went to AEW for that crap. But then he came back as a redeemer. You could argue, because there's not that many, his TNT reign was pretty crazy. The belt with him looked amazing. Again, us supporters say, you know what? It's time. I know I did. You can go back to a couple of videos. I was very, very vocal on it was time for him to be the AEW World Champ. Didn't happen for whatever reason. Is it, like I said, the theme of Tony doesn't know how to push the big eyes, or could it be that once people get the belt, the chase is amazing, and then the reign is just, it's not that good. So, Miro, this is where we're at. Where do we go with him? Like, he's not even back on TV yet. So, even if he's coming back, that remains to be seen. But let's just say he is back. He's still in the contract. I mean, does he go back to TNT? Does he get included into the world title? Where are we at?
So
Oh, he did come back online because he had a little feud with House of Black at first because we thought he was going to cross over, and then he disappeared again.
So yeah, since Miro lost the TNT belt to Sammy, he beat Orange Cap. Bro, this is 2021. That's crazy. He beat OC November 2021. Lost at Full Gear to Bryan Danielson. Beat Johnny Elite on TV in June. Beat Ethan Page at Road Rager, which was again TV. Lost to Pac in the 4-way for the Atlantic Championship. That was at Forbidden Door. And then it was Darby, Miro, and Sting versus House of Black, like you said, in that 6-man tag. And they won, by the way. And that was at All Out. So the last time we saw him was All Out in a W. And he ain't been on TV since. That's September 2022.
So one, that's arguably he had better matches with the TNT belt. Two, I did forget about that All Atlantic because he was kind of still at the point where he was a little over to where I know I was like, well, should we?
We don't have to talk about that belt, by the way.
We don't. We said we don't.
I said we might have to. I forgot about
Atlantic?
it. I completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only on its second person, but still, they made a big deal out about it.
Yeah, even I thought I was like, oh shit, All Atlantic. I said maybe Miro should have that shit too, but that didn't go that way. So here we are again.
I don't know what's the next step because he hasn't been on TV, like you said. He was in a feud with a stable that's now, I guess you could say, near the top of the card, and he beat that stable, and they're near the top of the card. So they're filling up. What should he be doing? Again, that has been a long time. Again, I said that was 2022 November. So
You know what makes this crazy?
go ahead.
It's that I know we were talking about the world belt thing yesterday. They have so much. It's not crowded, but it's kind of crowded to where you don't know what you want to do with the world belt. That the TNT belt could be that, oh shit, like, All right, cool. They're not here because I think yesterday you said that they're kind of on the same level. The TNC.
Basically, yeah, they're not. They're like
So
it's
you
not
could
the
have
Intercontinental.
you could have the Miro's feud with fucking Wardlow. You could have a crazy ass division to where you might be like, whoa, shit, the TNC belt might be like the TBS belt. We think the TBS belt is hotter than the women's world belt.
I don't know. I think they got too many belts over there, and I think it's trying to make it convoluted. I think it's funny because we talked about it at one point. This is not improved in the other direction, but we were saying they only knew how to book the belts, and everything under was just terrible. Now it's like I think they thought the solution was, well, if we could book belts correctly, let's just get more belts. No, fix the undercard. That's what needs to happen. That's not what's happening. So I'm not filled with confidence on this and you think about it, for big guys to stay believable, they got to beat each other basically, but you got to time it right. Crush a bunch of little guys and bam, beat a big guy and then stay strong for a while. It's a formula. We know it. It's okay. But they're not doing it. They're not doing any type of formula. This guy's been off TV. You look at all the big guys. This guy, powerhouse. We just have this conversation for quite a few. Wardlow is also on. Look at the list. I mean, Morrissey is also on this list. We're gonna get to Big Bill later. Not the same company, but
I
is
was saying
we having a giant problem? I don't know.
it's the same company.
I mean, like
Yeah.
it's supposed to be different booking allegedly. I don't know. Tony might just be. You need to figure it out.
Uh, like I said, we're not gonna stay on it. We're just gonna drop names, say a little piece, and then y'all can say in the comments that's what y'all here for.
100%.
It's to let y'all know what y'all think and how y'all feel about it. But he did allude to who we might be going to next. But you know what? I'm gonna be a little nice. We're gonna move off AEW real quick and jump somewhere else, come right back to AEW because as I was thinking about it now, the list seems to be a lot of AEW people that
Yeah.
haven't got the right pushes, which should be funny for y'all because y'all claim that me and Ken are stands for AEW, or your term that you like to use all the time works for AEW. But we're doing a lot of complaining about AEW, so can't really be I'm marking a stand for people that you say.
I mean, if you really own the channel, I complain about New Japan. I complain about PWG not being back. I complain. I mean, this is what we talk about wrestling. When they got faults, we talk about the faults.
Guy I want to go to is I want Villain to be a part of it, but my man's still asleep. You know what I mean? Because this is his area. Because I don't really watch, or we don't really watch Impact like that. Josh Alexander. Now I know he had a strong year in was it 2022?
Yeah,
because we even gave him props on the channel, and we considered him could have been wrestler of the year. Amazing 2022, and I say that because as a casual, I don't watch Impact. I try to catch it here and there. Impact has problems, and we've already talked about it before, so I'm not going to go back and say it. If you want to see, just go back to the videos of I think it was why Teen has failed or something like that. But the reason why Josh was big in 2022, pause, is because I heard about him as a casual. So if you don't watch it and you hear about something like if you guys don't watch AEW, you hear MJF, you know he's there. If you guys don't watch WWE, all you hear is about Roman the Bloodline. I didn't hear shit about Josh Alexander this year, like to the point to where I forgot he was the world champion, which I was talking to Bill about. Not to give shade to Mickey James, who I hear all this shit about, because deserving so, she is a GOAT. But I hear more about her than I hear about Josh Alexander. So then when I even talked to Villain, which is another reason why I said they failed to push, is because I believe Villain said he beat Rude in, I guess, the title order, like having it the longest.
yeah.
Which should be like you should
Big deal.
know, and it should automatically put you into that stratosphere. But then nothing happened. Then I look over there, and I'm like, well, who's really going to take it off him? I don't see anybody, but I don't watch the program like that to know who is at that level. But seeing what I see, I don't see anyone who could take it off him at this particular point, which is to say, what are you doing with him? Because I still don't know nothing about him.
You have a good point. I'm trying to pull this up. So, excuse me. So with Josh Alexander, right? Part of the problem is if you're talking about the same talking about you said this year, very good point. Part of the problem is this guy's been all over the shop. So he defeated Moose. This is when I think things went off the rail. He beat Moose in December, right? Pretty good match. That was a dark match. It was for the title. Next match is Bully Ray. Things are already looking not too good.
I was very vocal about that match.
Then you had Angels, Diener, Khan, and Sammy Callahan. That's a good team. Versus Kazarian, Josh Alexander, Rich Swann, and Yuya. 8-person tag. That's in January. That's the start of the year. That was a taping. Okay. Josh Alexander was part of the team that lost. They took the pin. He was still the champion at that time. Not good. Then Josh Alexander and Mickey James tag team. I think we talked about that very, very briefly. They tag team and won against Dirty Dango and Giselle. That's okay. Now we're going up and down. We're going back down. Josh Alexander beat Ren Jones. The casual's not gonna know who Ren Jones is. I know who Ren Jones is. I'm not very well. I'm not even gonna make it seem like a big thing. Okay, then we got a New Japan thing that he did in February, Battle of the Valley. That was Kushida, Kevin Knight. I remember I talked about this very briefly. This is the Mercedes Moné one that she was on. So he was also on that card. And he ate a, I don't think he ate the pin, but his team lost again. So every time he's in the tag, he loses, except for the time with Mickey James. And then last week he beat Rich Swann, but he was literally just on the tag team with Rich Swann that lost. So that's also strange. So they're booking him up and down. The booking is weird. He's not appearing that many times. Look how many times I talked about since December, and he's the longest reigning champion for the past however long that's been. I believe it's over 150 days easily. So why is the champ eating pins 2 times in the last 6 months in tag teams? Why is he doing mixed tag with Mickey James that have no payoffs? Because if he won that mixed tag, why did he lose the next mixed tag? It's not mixed tag. The next one wasn't mixed, but you know what I mean? Like, the booking is up and down. He's on multiple things, which is not usually bad, but Forbidden Door and New Japan's Valley, they're not gonna match up too much with the whatever Impact has planned. And I'm not even sure what Impact has planned based on what we just read. So Sammy Alexander, again, he's a good wrestler. He's again got that good Canadian pedigree and all that, but the booking has been yuck.
It's usually a bad sign when you have your world champion multiple tag team matches. It means you have no idea what's going on.
No idea.
2 points, and then we'll move on. One, the villain says that he should either, I don't like the first part he said, he should turn heel and join the Bullet Club. This is why I wish that he was on the program, because he knows more about this. But I guess he said there are certain ties that he has with certain people that could cross him over to the Bullet Club.
Yeah, Josh Alexander is really linked up. He's been around for a while. So again, if Impact get it right, there's no way not to connect the strings. But I don't know if that's. Again, y'all know I like to turn people heel and that'll work. But again, based on their roster, I got to think about that.
Well, the second thing I think makes more sense. He said turn him heel and bring back Team Canada. Now I see that more working. So as far as the Bullet Club, which will probably be another video another time. I said, and I think I said it before, I think it'd be more beneficial if maybe Chris Bay was to be the new leader of the Bullet Club for many reasons. And obviously, we just passed, Black History Month, but those would be some of the reasons. That would be the first ever, I believe, correct leader.
I believe so, yes.
That's never happened before. Plus, he's young. Well, youngish, fresh, got a good look, good work ethic. I think it'd be a whole brand new chapter in the Bullet Club, make it a little more swaggier. You know what I mean? But that's all in the video. So, and the last point I'll make about Josh Alexander, then we'll move on. I know more about, as a casual, I know more about Moose and his reign than I do than Josh Alexander. So that should tell you something, especially when Impact isn't really doing on my side. As cats are doing great, and you should be doing everything you can with your champion to make it look like we're the company, and you guys should be coming over here to fight for us.
Well, really briefly, funny enough, because I remember we talked about it at the beginning of the year when we were doing our awards. We did mention Chris Bay and what could be next for him. And we talked about him and Austin Ace tag team. They did win the belts. Whatever day the second was, I don't remember what day that was. That's Wednesday, whatever. They recently won the belts. So that could be a good way to take them in the next direction. I hope they Impact so much potential, but there's work to be done for sure.
That's why a hot take. I think in present standing, it might fail, but it could be more beneficial if Jay White went to Impact.
I can see it. We talked about it for real. Yeah, I can see it. It could work. I mean, they just got to get.
He could be the new world champ.
They gotta fix the taping system too.
He could be the new world champ. Bullet Club is the tag team champs now. Although he's kicked out of Bullet Club, sort of, right?
Yeah.
I guess they could work a storyline there, but he could take it to the next level like he did with Bullet Club once Kenny left. But that's another hot take for another time. Moving on to the failed things. Let's go WWE. We said this one for a long time, talking about Bullet Club. Don't have to stay on it that long. Finn Balor. I don't know what's happening there. We can make it quick. Finn Balor has so much promise. I think he was the first Universal champ, correct?
Yep.
Got hurt. That's cool. Get it. Vince wasn't a big fan of it, only like the demon character because he wanted to make money off of it. That is what it is. So many different things they could have did with the Bullet Club, with AJ, with the club, with OC. Nothing ever happened. They always teased it too sweet because they knew how we would react to that. Still never did anything with it. Made a sorry OC club. Then the biggest thing that got me was how would you switch out Edge for Finn? Make Finn the leader of a group that didn't make any sense to me with Finn. Like it would have worked better Judgment Day if Finn was the leader of Judgment Day as a demon. Because then it would have been a little more darker. But Finn, as I will always see him as Prince Devitt and Bullet Club, it doesn't make sense. To me, it's like it looks like a parody of him as a Bullet Club leader. Because they're supposed to be gangster over there, correct?
Right.
And it doesn't come off like that. They come off, to me, it comes off as people wanting to be gangster, especially with Prison Dom now. And then Damian Priest, I think he's supposed to be hard with the way he talks to people. Rhea, I'm not gonna say anything bad about Rhea, I love Rhea. But it just comes off as they're trying to be gangsters
Rhea's the only thing keeping that thing alive, and
yeah,
not by much.
when they come off as trying to be gangster when Bullet Club was already there without trying. So it just doesn't make sense. So to me, Finn is a failed push, and getting older, I don't see anything happening with him. But what do you think?
Well, I mean, it's the hope that kills you, but we talk about all the time wrestlers being old isn't really being old. So maybe, he's still got quite a bit left in the tank, I assume. I mean, we're at a point where he can't even go back to NXT. Definitely not. There's nothing there for him. So it's like, well, this doesn't work. And they're not gonna do Bullet Club. We've talked about this. We want it, but it's just not happening. Because if they would have done it, it was the perfect time to do it. Between you had Triple H in charge and you had all these Bullet Club members on there. Still do kind of, depending on which way you look at it. And there's some free agents out there, like we just talked about, that are Bullet Club members. I mean, if they want to pull the trigger, now's the time. But I just don't see it. I'm not gonna have my hopes up. Hopefully the stable doesn't last so much longer. They don't like stables anyway, so hopefully they break this up and he could go a decent direction. The time I don't
He doesn't have a direction after this because they're talking about Demon Valor versus Edge
versus who?
versus Edge. What warranted the Demon to come out?
I don't know. I really got nothing.
So that you see our struggle. I'm gonna give you somebody that I don't really know anything about, but you do. But I heard a lot of rumblings on Twitter and Discord. You have to join Discord. It's free. It's in the description box. Your girl Piper. Supposedly she was bad as fuck when she was Piper.
Correct.
Then they changed her name to Dewdrop. Fans went
Terrible.
Then she came back as Piper. Fans were back on the side. And then this is where I heard the rumblings when she lost to Candice LeRae. People lost their mind. They said they have no idea why that happened. And I'll let you take it from there because, like I said, I don't really know Piper like that.
So yeah, Piper Niven when she was on NXT UK, mother destroyer. I mean, you can see, look at her. She's obviously bigger than most of the people on the roster. She's a big girl. She was out there wrecking fools. That's how they booked her. They booked her strong. It was a good idea. Let me tell you, since the Royal Rumble, 1, 2, 3, 5 matches. 3 of them are Candice LeRae. All 3 are losses. One of them is a 4-way with Candice LeRae in it, also a loss, and the other one she beat Mia Yim, who on a Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna give that to you again. Candice LeRae lost. Lost to Carmella with Candice LeRae in the 4-way. Beat Mia Yim. lost to Candice LeRae again on February 27th. From February 4th, February 27th, she lost to Candice LeRae 3 times. Now, no offense to Candice LeRae. I like Candice LeRae. Have you seen Candice LeRae? She is tiny. Can she go? Yes. But if you go down Candice LeRae beating Piper Niven 3 times in a month, she's cooked.
Like
She's
it should have been.
It should have even been 4 times in a month.
What I'm saying,
We're talking about from the Rumble.
If you wanted to build Candice
But
LeRae,
if you're going to do it, do some 50-50, 1-1, 2-1, something.
or some David and Goliath to where she just keeps on getting stomped and then she finally overcomes.
Right, you got to make it a longer match, something. There is nothing they gave in these. No, there was no different stipulations. No, besides the 4-way. But even then, she lost that too. So Carmella won that. I wasn't saying much. So it's like people lost their minds. Again, this is Twitter. We could say what we say about that. But Doudrop was a terrible character. You think when they changed the name back, oh no, that didn't. I mean, the booking has not been.
You say Doudrop, I think of that Sunkiss shit.
I'm not sure what the idea was. I really don't get.
It was Vince being funny.
But I don't even. We've had that before, and at least I understood what the joke was. The joke here. I mean, again, I understood the whole Eva Marie's lackey, blah, blah. But what does Doudrop mean? Like, can we start with the name? What's the? It's like a joke going over your head, but it's not that it's going over our heads. It's just not funny. It's just not clicking at all. So you failed with this lady. They're over 2 on the main roster, basically.
Well, let's make it 0 for 3. Karrion Kross.
Oh, jeez.
Now, Kross arguably had a good run at NXT, which most did at the time. Came over, you know what Vince did to him. Made him a very funny character. Left, came back because Triple H took the reins again. I have no idea what he's doing. Like, I have no idea. I guess we could argue maybe, I don't know, it's a good argument that the roster is very full. Roman's a champ, so can't really do anything with stuff there. But I mean, there's an IC belt with Gunther. There's a United States Championship that Austin has. There's so many things you could do with Kross. Or if he's not going to be in the title contention, you can still have him destroy certain mid-carders. He ain't even winning. The look doesn't do it for me now, like, you know, I'm a hair dude. But you look more menacing as a baldy. The hair to me looks like, I don't know, like he sells insurance or something. It just doesn't work. Like it's a super fail for me. I don't know what they're doing. Like the TikTok character doesn't work for me right now. Like I know it was, like I said, it was very bone chilling when he was in NXT, the black and white, fire intro, Scarlett coming out, fire intro again. The look was dope. I don't really like the finisher because I feel like he's just choking people out. I'm not really too keen with that, but whatever. You still get it, choking people out, destroyer. But now I don't get what's going on.
Let me. This is disgusting. Let me read something. I mean, these are live shows, so I guess it's got. Karrion Kross defeated Drew Gulak. Yes, you heard that name correctly. Get out. Then they gave him. Remember, they took away Scarlett, gave him back. Blah blah. They're on and off. Whatever. That's part of the problem. Karrion Kross and Scarlett defeats Madcap Moss and Emma. Okay. Then Rey Mysterio beat Karrion Kross on Friday Night SmackDown. Then Karrion Kross part of the Rumble. Obviously, Cody won that. Then Madcap Moss beat Kross, Mysterio, and Santos Escobar in a 4-way. Those were a bunch of champions in Madcap Moss, and he won. What? I don't understand. And then Kross just beat Mysterio on SmackDown 2 weeks ago or whatever. That's some up and down booking.
And didn't Kross lose to Drew?
Well, I mean, he beat him like 5 times on dark shows, and then he lost to him once. So I don't know if that was just the way it worked out.
So that's what I'm saying. So as their heels, he's not menacing because he's not winning. Why would I believe him?
Yeah, so I think your idea about killing the mid card would be nice. They just gotta establish it, have it a way where, you know, everyone's probably like looking at Gunther or whichever belt you want to do it. Let's say the Intercontinental. Say everyone's and then he's like, well, everyone's paying attention to Gunther. Everyone's worried about how big and bad Gunther and Roman are. What about me? I'm right here. I'll kill anybody on his roster. And he just start wrecking fools. They got to do something though. But he's no he's his character and himself aren't interesting enough without the murder monster aspect for him to not be winning. And even then, it's not like they're doing anything with the losses. He's just losing. So get him back to winning ways. Got to book that right. Have him kill Wrexham fools. And then he can lose at the end. I really don't care. He can lose to Gunther or Roman or something like that. But if you get that build up that way, make it believable again. This dude was wrecking fools before they brought him on the main. Like up until he faced Keith Lee, nothing. We knew
All right.
unstoppable.
Good segue. Let's go to Keith Lee.
Well, Keith Lee has been failed multiple times.
I don't understand. My man came with a new look. Like, I don't know if he's embracing that he's older, but man came back full, low cut, gray hair, goatee kind of gray hairs, and a cape. Supposedly, the rumor is he wore the cape to make fun of people that were talking ish about his character. But I still don't understand when you have Swerve, and even Swerve booking is crazy, but I give Swerve a little more credit. When Swerve's booking is more G, and you come back with a cape, I just don't understand.
Yeah, we know how you feel about the. It's funny because we both like superheroes and comics and stuff, but we don't like it in wrestling at all because it don't belong there. If I want to, again, like I said, I like comic books. I know where to find it. It don't belong. I don't know. It's funny because I like comedic wrestling and all that stuff, but that's just I don't know. Those as gimmicks, they just feel like knockoffs and not very good ones. But think about this. Let's chew on this real quick. Keith Lee and Swerve were the tag team. They won Ring of Honor Final Battle. Why are they facing each other now? How we get 3 months later, no build up, little build up, very little story, and now we had Dustin Rhodes and Keith Lee versus Parker Boudreaux and Swerve Strickland.
Well, there was a little build up. They were supposed to
Not enough. I mean, for 3 months, for one match in 3 months, basically off TV, you got to give me something else. You got to give me a little bit more. I think.
now. Remember, I told you that there was rumors that they wanted to supposedly do them like a Kobe Shaq feud.
But they didn't win. They did. Kobe and Shaq had rings together and MVP. There was that stuff made. Oh, jeez. I mean, not to mention that's real life. If you go and copy real life, make it make sense.
Yeah, I don't get the gimmick, but moving on. We don't know if she's gonna win, but Ruby Rose. I had high hopes when Ruby came over because I think the theme when she came in was that Tony acknowledged that she never won gold pretty much in WWE. So I thought, oh shit, he about to give her the TBS belt. All right, she's gonna be Jay. That's gonna be crazy. Didn't happen. So she continued to lose, lost to Tay a couple times, went downhill, and then here she is again. Which I don't know. I don't know if you watch her wrestling more than I do. I thought she could be something that helped the women division.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree. That's probably what they brought her over for. That's funny. I just found out that she wrestled some. Oh, that's someone that could be I never heard of. But yeah, definitely could have done more with her when she was tagging with what you call it with Willow Nightingale. I was like, yeah, they're now I know they cooked because that was seemingly no direction because was she supposed to be her mentor? I don't know because Willow's younger, not a lot younger. She's like 3 years younger, but I think she's been wrestling a lot shorter time than Ruby. But if you're gonna give her the mentor role, they take her out of the title picture, but they didn't. They did both at the same time. That didn't make sense. And I don't know the next move at all. Did she win her last match at least? Yeah. Shit. Yeah, in February she defeated Breaker and Penelope Ford in the 3-way. But yeah. Jesus. I think they gotta fix this women's division and she's gotta be around. I think if you have her, Serena Deeb, Jade, Britt, Soraya, maybe a little bit. I think you got enough of a base. You just got to make it work.
You got Madison, right? Madison, right?
Yeah, they got some talent there. They just got to give it the time to develop and have Jade wreck fools and have somebody come be the savior. But they already tried making that Ruby Soho and it didn't work. So she can't be the savior, but she got to be something else if that's the case. Because this roster she on there. You got to be using her because I don't understand. But
And
the
they
thing you
had
mentioned about the belt thing, I don't think she asked over belt. That would be a nice teaser to always say, but then it'd be less believable. But if you're gonna use her to build other people up, do that. You just can't do both.
could you even see her as the world?
Nope, not anymore.
So it's between Hater and Soraya then.
Yeah, yeah, gotta be.
Could you? What I this is a different obviously program, but do you think they could use a women's tag team belt? Because there's mad women over
Your women's tag team division first, but they tried that very briefly. Yep. And I'm glad they didn't just go ahead and after that, because they did the tournament. I'm glad they didn't think, oh, the tournament went really well. Let's get the belts, because that's not how the tournament went. It did not go very well.
there.
Maybe they could do the tournament again. I would be appreciate that. Don't put it on YouTube again. Don't put anything else on YouTube. Matter of fact, guys, you got TV deals. Put stuff on TV. That would be a good idea. I could see that, and then give the woman. I mean, damn, I gotta start giving Jade so much accolades. I can see her going back. Well, another belt. This one mine too. But I mean, they got to book it right. So, but I can't see her as world. I can see her as a tag team champ. But again, you have to get there, and it take a lot of work to get there. Don't do that like 1 month. That'd be like a 3-4 month build with the tournament spread it out. But I don't know.
Speaking of Jada, it's time for her to move up.
Probably, yeah.
Either double champ or the one champ. But
Yeah.
I think she's done all she could do at 53-0.
Yeah, that's impressive as it gets. You don't need to do nothing else.
All right. I'll end it on this one because as we got into it, actually we could just keep going. Big Bill, aka Big Cass. Now,
Morrissey.
when William Morrissey was an Impact, and this might be the first time I say it, he had a better thing over there, more promising. Which I said that he should have beat Moose for the championship and been the champ, but he didn't. So he came over to AEW. So when he came over to AEW, this is before I didn't think about Tony not booking Biggs right. I was like, oh shit, Big Bill about to come over. Well, he was actually not Big Bill, but Williams come over here. He's about to be the champ. It's about to go crazy. I can see it. It looks good. New attitude, dominant. Like this is gonna be it. We were kind of confused because of the Warlow thing, but then we saw how that went. Warlow killed him in like really quick. So that could have been the beginning and the end. But I was like, oh shit, he's gonna be something. And then he's losing OC and other people.
So,
Did he lose the hook?
so Morrissey was in the Grand Slam Battle Royale that Adam Page won, right? And then he came back as Big Bill late December. So Big Bill was with Lee Moriarty in that tag team. They won 2, lost to Hook and Jack Perry, which was a strange Jungle Jack. That was a weird pairing, but they made that happen. Then as Big Bill, he won on Elevation by himself once, then won in a taping in the tag team. Then the tag team lost to the Acclaim. Then he lost to Orange Cassidy, which was the Atlantic belt, which is second time we mentioned that today. And then he just won on Dark, but again, that's Dark. So it seems like he only wins on Dark and he keeps losing on Dynamite. Not a good combination. We've talked about that before today. So I think that's part of the problem is we see the stats increasing, but we don't see them on TV. It looks like, might be wrong, Morrissey worked fine since he's been Big Bill. We talk about all the time with gimmick changes. Maybe he just change his name back. I don't know. Maybe that's what you got to do. He could even say that, use that as a story. But tag team with Moriarty isn't working. I do like Moriarty. He's a nice flippy guy. But I think they just gotta go for the next step here. And I don't want a big division, but if you're gonna just keep having big guys kill little dudes and then when they face each other, lose and looks ugly, you gotta do it. You gotta spread it out more. Keep some of the big guys off the roster from time to time and then have them come back and be like, hey, you think you're big and bad, you must have forgot about me. But other than that, I don't see how they're gonna do it.
I mean, because he could be a force in the AEW.
Facts.
All right. I'm not gonna hold y'all because, like I said, they wanted to be 48 minutes, which I think I actually might be. But here we are. So I gave you guys the opportunity to ask us questions, and we would do it live. Some of you guys just made statements and said, so I'll read two statements that y'all said, and then I'll go to the one question that we got. So you guys gotta be quicker. You know, we're trying to give you TV time, even if you're not subscribed. We're trying to give you TV time. Ryan Davis, he's a subscriber, and he always comments. He says, I was never a huge fan of Josh Alexander until I watched the recent documentary. I did not know there was a documentary. I'm about to check that out. The only thing I fought Impact for was not dropping that documentary early in this title run. I think more fans like himself would have been pulling for him. Did you know they had a documentary on Josh Alexander?
This is new to me.
I did not know. So, Ryan, if you're watching this, we appreciate that. Definitely, no, I'm sorry, I'm answering you back. We read it online. Yeah, if you watch this, let me know what the documentary was, because I had no idea that they had a documentary. JJ Wilson, he said Keith Lee, question mark. I guess he wanted us to talk about Keith Lee. We talked about Keith Lee. So we got that out the way. And then the last one is another frequent commenter. WWE AEW videos. He has two questions, so I guess I'll read both. First question is, do you think CM Punk will return to AEW, or will Tony Khan release him from his contract?
We talked about this a little bit before. I think CM Punk coming back. Now, is that a good or bad thing? I can't tell you for sure. It depends on how he comes back. But I do think he's coming back. I don't think he's hung it up yet. I don't think everything that's happened in this is rare for me, but this hasn't all been a work. But there's some working in there. If you're looking at it, you see in the seed some of the stuff about not coming back. Well, he's talked since he left. Yeah, we could. Yeah, I think he's coming back.
I think he has a better shot coming back. And then I heard what Kenny said recently, how most parties, they don't like what happened and shit like that. So it looks like, I'm not gonna say it's patched up, because sometimes, what I'm saying, just because things are cool, people don't mean that y'all cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think from a business thing, they're like, yo, let's just dead it. So will they work together? I don't know about that. I don't know that is money, but I think it does show that he could be back more than he wouldn't be. But moving on. Last thing. Do you think Jay White will debut in WWE on the Raw after WrestleMania 39? He would suit being a leader of the Judgment Day. No, I do not want him as leader of Judgment Day.
You had me in the first half, and then
the first half was cool, and then the Judgment Day, no, that needs to be done. But WrestleMania,
is Judgment Day worse than Retribution? Never mind. We don't gotta do this right now. We might have to do a worst stable ever video. There's so many candidates. Jay White, Raw,
T-Bar.
I mean, is the Raw after WrestleMania instead of
just listen to that T-Bar? Like, what in your brain?
Again, that's a different video. We already said this one going too long. Yeah, I think he could debut, but I don't see the signs. I'm trying to keep my ear down on the rumors, trying to bring it to the people. I don't see that happening right now. I'm be honest.
Where do you think he's going?
I'm not saying he's not going to WWE. I just don't. I feel like I think he needs more time if that's where he's going to go. Because the Rumble should have been it. It didn't happen at the Rumble. And I feel like the shadow of WrestleMania, like we can talk about the Raw after WrestleMania being
okay,
season opener, all that is. I mean,
okay,
unless you want to talk about it, making a big deal as a season opener again, which they tried a couple times.
We could book it.
We could. Can they? That's different things.
Cody beats Roman.
No. Oh.
Jay White come out.
I like it.
Book it.
But they have to they have to slow burn it. If they could stretch that to a big pay-per-view, that'd be I don't know.
What comes after WrestleMania?
They talk about switching the order, so I don't have confidence on what. Okay, I mean Backlash because WrestleMania.
Backlash isn't big enough.
Yeah, I'm saying that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like a big four, but they talk about switching the order, so I'm not sure. Well, we could definitely talk about booking that.
Because that's former Bullet Club members.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, people. I'm gonna keep it. Like I said, we can go long. Put in the comments what y'all think about the people that we said, or if you have other, because there is a whole lot of others that we could put. Also, you could always, since you guys don't comment on the YouTube videos, you can always tell us what you would like us to do next for either the Why You Should Be Watching series,
Yeah.
a ranking, like somebody said in Discord, anything. Let us know what you want to do. Get the merch. It's in the description box. Join the Discord. It is free. Come fuck with us. Come talk to us. We talk during the pay-per-views, during shows. And again, all the chatter we have is where we come up with ideas because you guys bring good shit up in there. Join the Patreon, you know what I mean, all that good stuff. You're gonna see us at shows pretty soon, you know what I mean? So I'll let Kenny throw his little shout out and then do what we do.
It's your boy Kenzo. I think we had a good video. I mean, we should chop it up. My dog over here, he going to Mexico. Y'all tell him have a good time. Make sure he's still, he's still gonna be working a little bit. We're gonna chop these up. We're gonna spread them out. If he come up, you know how to you get on the phone to me. So man's gonna enjoy. Y'all have a good week. We have a pay-per-view today, depending on when this video come out. We gonna talk about that. And then,
wish y'all see my suit though.
This guy.
You see
keep an eye on the socials. My man's gonna be starting on y'all.
I'll be in the community tab. When I put my suit picture last time when I went to this wedding, y'all call me Escobar. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Santos Escobar. I got a suit that look a little Cody-ish. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna like that. But we'll be back. I was gonna say I'm gonna take off when I go to Mexico, but y'all probably gonna see me work hand over this. What we do. So, like always, enjoy life. Be yourself.